So in the previous chair that we cleaned, we showed you the different options that you have when we talk about changing your cleaning process according to the soil load. We talked about low moisture cleaning using dry foam, and a little more aggressive using the hot water extraction with the Sapphire Upholstery Pro. So what we're going to do with this chair, being a delicate fabric, one of those that we need to pay attention to how much moisture we're actually using, is we're going to do half of this in a dry foam shampoo, and we're going to do the other half of it using hot water extraction.
Yeah, Pat, I'm going to be using the Sapphire Upholstery Pro tool, which is low moisture, but I'm going to be pre-spraying my half. Pat's going to be shampooing his half. We don't use a pre-spray when we're shampooing. And then I'm going to extract using all fiber rinse. The pre-spray we're using, you probably do 40 pieces of furniture with 1 gallon of it. And then we're going to be using all fiber rinse and acidic rinse. And what that'll do is it'll flush out all the oils and soils and the pre-spray and leave the fiber on the acid side of the pH scale, protecting the dyes so we don't have bleeding and browning and the problems associated with upholstery cleaning.
I think the other thing that we want to talk about too is we're going to show you guys a really great trick for when we use any amount of moisture on older style upholstery that has buttons on it, especially the metal back buttons. We can get a lot of rust concerns, so we'll show you guys a neat little trick for taking care of those as well. All right, so we've already done our inspection on this piece. We've already done our dry vacuuming to remove all the dry particulates, so now let's get into the cleaning portion of it.
I'm going to pre-spray my half, Pat, and don't get your shampoo on my side.
You stepped over the line, Tim.
So a little bit of agitation, get that pre-spray worked in there. And again, we spoke about this earlier on a pre-spray. You want that pre-spray to do its work. So we're going to brush it in, we're going to give it a little bit of time, and then we'll extract it out. While I'm doing that, I'm just going to take the wood and clean that off. Get any of the pre-spray off of there. Yeah, here's a towel if you want to dry off your wood.
Thank you, sir. So now we've seen Tim do his extraction here on his half of it. I've done the dry shampoo on my half of it, and we want to go ahead and use the extraction. No rinse on this part because we're limiting our moisture, but I want to make sure that I'm removing all the soil that I've suspended as well as the detergent residue.
And as we stated earlier, no job is finished until you towel it down with your clean white cloth. So this helps with the drying and also removes any of the oil and soil that has been emulsified and is working its way up. So you can see, even after a deep extraction, we still have soil that needs to be removed.
And again, I think it also helps expedite the dry time because we've removed that excess moisture as well. So again, the point is always finish your cleaning with a clean white towel. That's one of the last steps right before your drying process.
And Pat, since we have buttons on this piece, you always want to protect. We don't know if these buttons are, the fabric is covering a steel button, especially on older antique pieces. So what we're going to take is a couple of furniture tabs. I'm just going to put a slice down the middle. And Pat, you can cover one of yours. And just in case this is a steel button, this is going to prevent that button from rusting and putting a nice rust-colored circle around your freshly cleaned piece.
And I think another great note is if you do run into a piece in your pre-inspection that has rusty buttons, don't be tempted to use a rust remover on it, because all that's going to do is basically just melt the button down to nothing. So it just shows you how we can protect things like the buttons. A lot of today's buttons are going to be the new plastic back, but we want to make sure when we do our inspections they're fully secured to the upholstery and check the backing to see what they're made out of. You can actually see the soil difference. So that goes back to what we were saying, maintenance clean versus a restoration clean. Soil
Right.
load dictates everything when we're about to clean upholstery.
My side is definitely cleaner, Pat.
Well, gee, thanks, Tim. All right, so we've shown you in the past couple pieces that we've cleaned how we're going to take care of the more delicate fabrics, your S-only codes, those type of things. But now we're going to walk into the cleaning process of the majority of upholstery that you guys are going to run into out there today, and that's going to be your synthetics, the rec room upholstery with, you know, the 3 kids and the 2.5 dogs, stuff that has to be bulletproof inside a house. So that's what our next video is going to be all about.